Welcome back, folks, and yet another example. If you can't make this crap up, liberals, the party of you were an insurrectionist because you voted for Trump, are violently protesting because the Supreme Court said the federal government may not legislate on abortion and only the states can. I've said this so many times I'm almost going hoarse. The Dobbs decision, which Samuel Alito wrote the majority opinion on, does not criminalize abortion. Abortion is not made illegal. Literally, all it does is state, as abortion is not covered in the Constitution, it is not a power given to the federal government to legislate on. Therefore, the states will legislate. You have three choices if you live in a state that's not legislating the way you want. And I will use myself as an example. If I lived in, say, Los Angeles or New York City or Chicago or Portland or Seattle, and I didn't like the way that California, New York, Illinois, Oregon, or Washington was legislating on abortion, i.e. meaning opening it up to whatever you want, I would have three choices. One, sit back, whine, and cry that nobody's obeying me. Riot and burn shit down because nobody's obeying the minority voice. Two, move. Move to a state like Texas or Oklahoma or Missouri, where the laws are more in line with my beliefs. This is, of course, counter to the liberal mindset of, no, I have a right to move to a red state and instantly turn it blue. When I set foot in your state, it goes blue because I vote blue. I've had people get in my face and literally tell me that they have a right to live wherever they want and always have the government they want. The rest of the people be damned. When I laugh in their faces, they look like they want to attack me, but thankfully, so far, they've all been tiny little people who, well, they realized if they tried to attack me, they'd hurt themselves. Option three, by far the most adult option you have. Make a reasoned, logical, civil argument to those around you. Your neighbors, your coworkers, your acquaintances online who live in that same state. Start lobbying them. Start trying to get them to change their mind and vote for people that you wish them to vote for. Use arguments that are reasoned out, well-researched, logically and civilly presented to argue your case. When your arguments are countered, don't respond like a toddler told that ice cream is not a breakfast food. Rather, respond as an adult, logically, civilly, rehashing your point, arguing for your point, but in a way that does not tell people that you are a mental toddler who's just going to scream and yell at them, hurl insults, and try to hurt them when you don't just blindly obey them. Things like this, where people actually go to the Supreme Court justices' homes, which is illegal, by the way, hurling insults, quite literally demanding that off with their they start screaming, no choice for us, no privacy for us, no peace for you. Literally, their mindset is, I'm going to destroy your entire life if you don't obey me. These are the people who in 2016 literally started burning cities down. It started in D.C., smashing windows, overturning cars, setting trash cans and cars on fire because Donald Trump won the election. Quite literally an example of, the whole country didn't obey me, I'm going to burn it down. And these are the people when they finally just lose their ever-loving mind completely and decide we're going to just invade the red states and put all the people we don't like in prison, and then we'll run the country and we'll make them work so we can be at home. These are the people who are going to be crying because it's their right to rule. But when they showed up at my door saying, I've declared you a criminal because you don't vote like I want you to, you're going to surrender all your guns and come with me. And when I have them on the ground in a pressure hold, and I wait patiently as they scream that I've broken their arm when I haven't, and that cops arrest them for trespassing and harassment and more, they'll be screaming in court that it's their right to rule. These are the people, and I've made these rather fanciful predictions, but I firmly believe it will happen in my life. These are the people who will say, Your Honor, it doesn't matter where I was. I didn't authorize the camera, so his security system is inadmissible in court. And when the judge says, no, you illegally entered his home, you don't get to tell him he can't record you breaking the law. But, Your Honor, I don't consent, and I don't care. And then they'll sue the judge. That, or all the way to the other extreme. Your Honor, he literally killed me when he stopped me from killing him. When he pushed my hand away and put me in that hold that did not impact my breathing at all, I literally died. I'm a ghost right now. I'm dead. You have to convict him of murder because I identify as dead. I really hope I'm the one they try that on, because I'm going to look at the judge and say, Judge, I'll do 30 days in isolation. If you tell them they are not allowed a job, an apartment, a car, a cell phone, a TV, a computer, or any possessions at all, or any money at all, because the dead can't have those things. And they're not allowed to vote because the dead don't vote. I want you to impose that on them, and I'll do 30 days in isolation. Just for their screaming that just because I identify as dead doesn't mean you get to take away everything about my life. Because then I'll just look at them and say, so you're not dead? And make them admit it. That'll likely be the one where they completely lose their mind and try to attack and kill someone, and, well, then they'll just be off in a psych ward. We need to bring back the silence, because people like this, people who honestly believe, well, when the Supreme Court ruled in 73, that was doing their job. But when they interpret the Constitution to mean anything I don't like, that's illegitimate. We have a right to destroy it. This is the product of decades of indoctrination. Even my very red area of Texas, 30-odd years ago, when I was entering high school. In fact, it was exactly 30 years ago when I entered high school. Even my very conservative area of Texas, there were already inklings of it. Our history teachers starting to not spend as much time on certain things. Government teachers glossing over certain things. Economic teachers not just being adamant and vehement about the dangers of socialism and communism. They would just gloss over it as it's a system that's never worked in the past. But today, they will actually tell you the Second Amendment only means muskets, and anyone who tells you differently is a violent terrorist. They'll tell you that the First Amendment means that you absolutely have the right to shut down churches because it's hate speech. And they'll tell you that no, a red flag law that says I'm going to show up unannounced, knock, barge into your home, arrest you, and take your stuff. Well, that doesn't violate any part of the Constitution. Even though it's theft of property without a warrant, there is no chance to defend yourself in court. There is no right to face your accuser. There is no trial. It violates the Second, Fourth, Fifth, and Sixth Amendments. But they'll tell you, well, no, it doesn't because I say so. That's the kind of people you see right over there. They vehemently believe that when they utter anything at all, the mere fact that they've uttered it makes them infallible. And they will attack and kill. It's only a matter of time. Anyway, thank you for watching. I do hope that you have a wonderful week this week. As always, let's keep the discussion and comments civil. We're adults. We can disagree, discuss, dissent, and debate, but do so civilly. Also, make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on so that you know every time I post. Until next time, God bless. Have a wonderful day.